dear students to please take your seats. At my sincere request to the volunteers, please make sure that the students have finished the registration process and have taken up their seats. Dear students, just one instruction before proceeding further. Kindly switch off your mobile phone, kindly put your phones on a silent mode so that we can just enjoy the program thoroughly. Good morning, Namaskar and Suswagatam to all the respected dignitaries on the dais, Faculty School of Law, my colleagues from Center of Excellence and dear students. I, Dr. Aarti Vyas, Faculty Center of Excellence, on behalf of this institute, would like to extend our heartiest welcome to our esteemed chief guest for accepting our invitation and gracing the occasion. And to our dear students of batch 2023-28, for whom this campus will be the home for the coming next 5 years. We welcome you all to the Center of Excellence family. Before proceeding further, following the great legacy of Gujarat University, I would like to request all of you to please rise up on your place for paying a mark of respect to the Gujarat University song. Thank you all. Please take your seats back. Moving further, no program can begin without taking receiving the blessings of Ma Saraswati, who is the goddess of enlightenment through the medium of knowledge. Requesting our volunteers to please bring up the lamp towards the dais so our dignitaries can proceed for the lamp lighting ceremony. I would like to request our esteemed chief guests to proceed further for the lamp lighting ceremony. Can we have we would like to request two student representatives, one boy and one girl. Please proceed further to join this lamp lighting ceremony. Taking the floor further, respected dignitaries and our dear students of batch 2023-28, as you are the fourth batch of this 5 years integrated BCom LL.B honors program, I would certainly like to draw your attention towards the great history of this eminent law institute. University School of Law was established in the year 1977. Ever since, it has offered outstanding support and excellence in areas relating to the legal education. Since its establishment, it is catering the need of society by producing the various law experts who have become judges of the Supreme Court, High Courts, District Courts, subordinate judiciary, and particularly catering the academic teachers for various colleges and law institutes. Center of Excellence, which is an integral part of the University School of Law, which was established in the year 2016. Till now, the institute has produced 3 batches with the 100% result in every year, in every batch to its final year. And we are hoping the same from this coming batch too. Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. S.P. Rathore, Coordinator, Center of Excellence and Director, School of Law, for welcome address to this program.
Very good morning to all. I, on behalf of Center of Excellence, School of Law, Gujarat University, along with my co-coordinator, Dr. Bhavesh Bhai Bharat, and my colleagues from the Center of Excellence, welcome you all. And today's 2 eminent person, I can tell you, in the legal field, on the dais for the inauguration session of the orientation program for the first semester students of 2023-28 batch of BCom LL.B IPR honors. Friends, we are offering you IPR honors as a specialization in your this 5 years program, wherein sir we are teaching 8 more papers on intellectual property rights. Friends, as I said that we are deeply honored with the presence of Justice Ravi R. Tripathi, former judge, High Court of Gujarat, former member, Law Commission of India, and recently he demoted the office of the chairperson of the Gujarat State Human Rights Commission. Thank you, sir, for coming over you and for your kind information. Justice Tripathi sir is an alumni of this School of Law. It's a great pleasure, sir. Same time, I am taking this opportunity to welcome Professor Dr. S. Shanta Kumar, the Vice Chancellor of Gujarat National Law University. Recently, it has been accredited as a 5-star university and ranked best 5th law school of India. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion. Both of the chief guests today, because you cannot make a guest and another chief guest, both are in their parlance, they are good in their chief, they are chief guests for us. They have been kind enough. Whenever an invitation goes to them from the School of Law, they readily accept, sir. Thank you very much again, once again. Sir, let me tell you, the School of Law, under the aegis of School of Law, there are 4 PG departments and 1 Center of Excellence. These PG departments are, we are giving specialization in different areas of in the law, in the masters, that is Department of Intellectual Property Rights, Department of Environment and Legal Order, Department of Constitution and Legal Order, and the last one is Department of Human Rights and Duties. Apart from that, sir, we have begun the journey of this 5 years program in the university. As it has been said that it started in the year 2016. So far, 3 batches have already passed out with flying colors with 100% result. This time, this batch, 2023-28, for them, this is the inauguration session for the orientation program. So we have selected some of the best speakers, guest speakers, to orient them why they have to pursue, in what manner they have to pursue this program, and how they should acquire the knowledge of law. So that's the important thing that we have kept in your mind. So as I said that this is a state university with all our limitations, with a moderate fee, sir, with a very moderate fee. We are fulfilling the aspirations of many, where most of them are from the middle class and of the strata of the vulnerable strata of the in this society. When you will see, sir, you will see every student, frankly. So they are coming from such a background. It's very difficult to understand how we are fulfilling their aspirations, sir. We are charging only moderate fees, sir, but still, you see, thanks to the government of Gujarat for giving such a beautiful logistic support to us and the infrastructure. Look at the things. You can't imagine you cannot contemplate such type of infrastructure in any state university. Thanks to the Gujarat government and to the Vice Chancellor. The Vice Chancellor in Shiri, sir, they have played an important role in developing the campus in a world-class, frankly. There are certain things we are matching world-class, sir, as far as sports are concerned. We are having very good sports complex also. So with a moderate fee, frankly, we are trying our level best to fulfill your aspirations. Why not you can be? Because you cannot afford the fees that is being decided by the NLUs and some of the private universities. But look at the things with a very moderate fees, frankly, sir, on self-reliant basis. We have started these things and the journey will go definitely. But so far, we have covered the 3 batches and all the 3 batches have passed in 100% results with the flying colors. Sir, this is exactly we are talking about the inclusivity, because we want to include everyone in this process, because for elite classes, they have money and they can join anywhere. But when you look at the things, sir, there are many students this time from Dang and Tapi, sir. They are coming from the Dang and they've learned English, sir, for 1 year. And then they want to join. Okay, you come and you learn. This is your university. This is your government. If they are paying all the fees, okay, fine. So with this, I don't want to take much time, sir. let me stop here because we want to already, you are late by 10 minutes, but we want to listen from both the dignitaries, and they will definitely motivate you, and their blessings will work like for a long period of time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this valuable words. Taking the floor further, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest to this gathering, starting with Honorable Justice Ravi R. Tripathi, sir, who has served as a former judge, Gujarat High Court, former chairperson, Gujarat State Human Rights Commission, and former member of National Law Commission. Sir has started his career as an advocate and teacher, and of course, as our coordinator sir has mentioned, but it gives me the same pleasure to say it again, that sir has been one of the alumni of University School of Law. Moving further, our second chief guest of the inauguration ceremony, Professor Dr. S. Shanta Kumar, Honorable Director and Vice Chancellor, Gujarat National Law University. Sir is also holding the charge as the Director of Gujarat Maritime University and also appointed as the President of Gujarat International Maritime Arbitration Center. Recently, sir was elected to represent the South and West Asia at the IUCN Academy of Environmental Law. Currently, sir is the chair of Environmental Law Study Group of the International Association of Law Schools and member of the Teaching and Capacity Building Committee of the IUCN Academy of Environmental Law. Sir is also the recipient of prestigious award like the Environmental Law Champions Development Award from Asian Development Bank, Philippines, and the Best Social Scientist Award from the Indian Society of Criminology. Sir, indeed it is an honor and privilege to welcome you all. I would like to request Professor Dr. S.P. Rathore, Coordinator Center of Excellence and Director School of Law, to present the memento to Honorable Justice Ravi Tripathi, sir, and welcome him. I just want to hear the huge round of applause from all the students. As we have presented, as we have given the constitution to our every single student of this batch, and that's why we are carrying the legacy of presenting the same constitution to our esteemed chief guests also. Thank you, sir. I would like to request Dr. Bhavesh Barad, Co-Coordinator, Center of Excellence, Head Department of Human Rights and Duties, to present a memento to Honorable Professor Dr. S. Shanta Kumar, sir, and welcome him. Thank you, sir. Now, as we all are waiting to hear some valuable words from our esteemed chief guest, I would like to request Professor Dr. S. Shanta Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Gujarat National Law University, to share his valuable word for this orientation program. Yes, sir.
So, I'd like to speak in this. Distinguished chief guest for this orientation program, Honorable Mr. Justice Ravi Tripathi. He is the best choice for this program, a teacher at heart. He had played multiple roles in the legal profession. Why I say he is the best choice? He was a teacher, he was a lawyer, he was a judge, member of the law commission, whatnot. So he had seen, or he is the only person who has a 360-degree view of the legal profession. Therefore, he is the right choice, and I must appreciate the Director School of Law as well as the organizing team to choose him and to bring him. And I know that there is no difficulty in bringing Justice Ravi Tripathi to any university. He is so passionate about interacting with students, whatever the level may be. I have experienced at my own university, whenever we called him even at the last minute, he never said no. Such a noble soul, and you are truly blessed to have Honorable Mr. Justice Ravi Tripathi to bless all of you at the beginning of your journey in the legal profession as a law student. This is the first stage of your journey in the legal profession. 2 years back, my daughter came to me and said that, Dad, I want to study law. So what should I tell her? And in our family, everybody is a lawyer. So I asked her this question: do we need more lawyers? So the same question that I'm asking all of you: do we need more lawyers in this country? Did you all do some research to find an answer to this question before joining a law school, before taking up a program on law? Whether this country needs more lawyers? Do you know how many lawyers India has? So the same question I asked my daughter, because it was a casual conversation at the dining table, so I asked her. Interestingly, she had answer for all these questions. She said, yes, Dad, this country needs more and more lawyers. I asked, what? Do you know how many lawyers are enrolled with the Bar Council of India? She said, I know that. She gave me the exact figure as well. I'm not going to burden you with those statistics. But the essence of this conversation I'm just conveying. She said, yes, I know very well the number of lawyers enrolled with the Bar Council of India. She said, not only in India, she had statistics of 7 other countries. She started with the United States of America, which has the highest lawyer to population ratio. There are 300 lawyers for every 1,000 people. She went to Europe then, and then she said in Europe there are 200 lawyers per 1,000 people. I said, interesting. So what is the lawyer to population ratio in India? She said, it's a pity that it's just 15 for 1,000 lawyers. We are nowhere close to Europe, nowhere close to Japan, nowhere close to United States of America, and we need to fill up that void. When this country will have more lawyers, there will be more compliance to law, there will be less violation of law, there will be less pendency of cases in the courts, there will be instant justice which will be available to everyone who is seeking justice and who have been facing injustice. I was quite convinced. I hope, sir, you agree with her? So this was my daughter's suggestion, that she said that, and therefore I'm going to study law. So I asked her, have you gone to these courts and saw, everywhere lawyers with black coat and going around, you feel like it's so crowded. You can't even enter the court premises without hitting on a lawyer, right? But then again, she had an answer for that. She said, sir, Dad, I am not looking at the bottom of the legal profession. I'm just looking at the top of the profession. I know how the Supreme Court Collegium and the High Court Collegium struggles to find the best people to be elevated as judges. So this means that there is a lot of vacancies at the top. And my aspiration is not to be at the bottom of the legal profession. My aspiration is to reach the top as quickly as possible. Then I asked her this question. Okay, your aspirations are great, but then what is there to, there is nothing new in this law. It's all the same old Indian Penal Code, same old Indian Contract Act, 1860 Indian Penal Code, 1872 Contract Act, 1950 Constitution of India. Is it not boring? Reading the same legislations. And the answer was that, of course, I would love to read all those legislations. All those legislations, pre-colonial, colonial. I will read even the rules applicable even in the Vedic period, in the Islamic period, during the East India Company, the pre-colonial legislations, the post-independent legislations. I will be happy to read every one of them. Then what makes you different? She said, I am going to read something which you guys never read it. I said, what is that? She said, do you know the aviation sector is expanding a lot with private players coming in? The sector need to be regulated. I said, yes. Do you know that the space sector is opened up for privatization and that space sector needs regulated? I said, yes. Do you know the challenges that the artificial intelligence is going to pose on human relations and human conduct? I said, yes. Do you know the problems that are going to enter the financial sector due to cryptocurrencies? I said, yes. But did you study all these things? I said, no. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a lawyer who is going to be futuristic. I'm going to be a tech lawyer. I'm going to enable myself with something which not an ordinary person will do. And believe me, I thought that these are all initial arguments to convince a father or mother. That was what I took it. Okay, I thought that she's a young girl, she has to face it. So first year she went for an internship with lawyers, and that too she picked up the brightest lawyer in Gujarat, and she wrote to him a very nice letter that why she wants to intern under him. So generally, sir, I have seen, I have helped many students get internship. I'll call them and say that, sir, can you take one student as an intern? They will, many people, if they have already, they have permitted some interns, they will say, sorry, this time, not this time, maybe next time I'll see. And some lawyers, because they can't say no to us because of personal relationship, they say, yes, I'll take interns. But my daughter, she did not even tell me that whom she is writing to for an internship. And she wrote a letter to that lawyer asking for internship, which I got to know later that when she went and joined for internship, when I went to drop her with that at that office as a father, then I met the lawyer and I said, sir, how did you select her? She's a first year kid and you are one of the top 3 senior advocates of Gujarat High Court. Generally, you don't take first years, I know. But how did you take a first year kid? Then he said, this was a very interesting letter that I got. So I thought that this is I never knew that she is your daughter, but I thought that she is quite different. I said, what was that, sir? She never told me. I'm sorry. So can you just tell her? Tell me, what is it? She had, in her internship letter, she did not ask that, I am a student of so-and-so, I am studying first year, I need to intern, so please allow me to internship. This is what is generally students write. She had said that I have read the reported judgments argued by you in these cases. I am excited by the kind of articulation of those legal points that you place before the court. And then I searched the YouTube channel to witness your arguments. I found your arguments quite interesting. So please allow me to just come with you and watch your action in court. She did not even use the word intern. Please permit me to come with you and watch the actions, your performance in court, just as a first year kid. And this letter, he said, this is a very, very new form of letter, right? So he took her as an intern, right? So that is something that, you all need to know. How do we communicate? Because that is some of the essential skill sets that you will have to acquire. I'm very happy that my daughter could do this. Same thing she did at the end of second year. She, again, I told her this time also you are going to surprise us with some internship. She said yes. So we also just to maintain that suspense in family, we don't ask her, we don't insist that where she is going for internship. One day when I was arriving at the airport, she was standing inside the airport where we generally enter where the bus drops us and then we enter the arrival hall. Generally that place is not accessible. Nobody can enter that place. She was waiting for me there. I was stunned. Ye kya kar raha hai idhar? She was in the arrival hall standing. I said, where are you coming from? She said, no, I came to receive you. Receive me at the airport. What is this? She said, Dad, I'm interning at Adani Airports, legal division. And she is all fully dressed up with the ID card where she has access to go anywhere in the airport. And she is a second year kid. And I said, again, you wrote a nice love letter to some Mr. Adani. I asked her this question. She said, no, I wrote a review of the proposed aircraft bill to the Adani team, and I said that how this aircraft bill is going to affect the private airport operators. Right? And I said that if you will allow me to work in your legal team, I might be of some help to you, as well as I can also learn something in this new emerging area of law, the air law and the space law. So again, looking at a very interesting letter, they again permitted her to do internship, and she did almost 2 months internship with the legal division of the Adani Airports Limited. They have 7 airports now, and they have a lot of legal work, and nobody knows that even Adani takes internship. She also was not aware. She simply wrote a letter, and then she got a prompt response that please come join our team. And they gave her option of whether going to Mangalore or Trivandrum or Ahmedabad. She said, I want to stay at Ahmedabad, so give me an internship at Ahmedabad airport. And she was going to the airport every day, not to fly, but to work there. They have a fantastic office. She took me to the office, and it was amazing office she had. Right? And interestingly, I said when she came on the last day, I asked her, like, what is the feedback? She said that they have offered me a job. They said that please come for all the other internships, and at the final year we will place you in our team. So this is what in NLUs we call it as the pre-placement offers, right? So why is it possible? Why is it possible? I was just thinking that how is it possible? The same thing happened with my elder son as well. I'm just sharing some of my family instances. My elder son, he was ranked 237 in the CLAT. He could have got any law school, whichever he would have opted, but he chose to go to NLU Jodhpur. And then I asked him, why did you choose Jodhpur as your first choice? He said, no, that law school only has a single room accommodation in the hostels. I said, is this a criteria to choose a law school? Right? Right? No, he said, I want to live in the law school for 5 long years, so I want to be comfortable. So therefore, I chose NLU Jodhpur because they provide single room. All the other universities are having shared accommodation. I don't want to share my bedroom with anyone. Right? I said, good, let's go. So we took him all the way to Jodhpur to drop him in the hostel. He did not stay at Jodhpur even for 30 minutes. He came back. He said, let's go, let's go. I said, we came to drop you. Why are you telling us, let's go? We will go, you stay here. This was your decision, so you stay here. He said, no, let's go. I'm not going to study here. People, including my own friends, were thinking that we are a crazy family, getting an admission in an NLU. That time, NLU Jodhpur was a top-ranking law school, and then they said, you're doing a blunder. I asked him, what happened? He said, no, I'm not feeling comfortable in this environment. Let's go. I want to stay at home. So we brought him home. So he took admission at the Indraprastha University School of Law. Right? And same thing he did. So because he was first son, so he was, then I was taking more care. So I told him that you will do internship here. So I sent him to a particular place for internship. So he came back after internship. I asked him, how was your experience? What did you learn? My question was, what did you learn in this internship? He said, one thing that I have learned for sure is never listen to your dad and go for internship. Right? Such a pathetic experience I had. I am not going to listen to you anymore. You are not going to arrange my internships hereafter. Let me do myself. And he did it himself. And in the 4th year, same thing, he had a PPO with one of the dream law firms, which people in all NLUs, still dream to get into, the J. Sagar Associates, JSC. Right? And he joined at a package of almost 48 lakhs. Right? Even when he was in the 4th year. So he joined with the university's permission almost 6 months before he could graduate. So that is possible. So these are not, stories what I have read from books. I'm just witnessed all these things personally at home. So I thought I will share all these stories with you that everything is possible. And he did not study at an NLU like sir was, complaining about NLUs, right? So it's not necessary to be a part of NLU. Like my son is a best example. My daughter is a best example. Yeah. Last year she got it, 2 years back, she got it at the JNLU. She said, I'm not going to join JNLU because I don't want to study under you. Right? There will be a father-daughter conflict every day, so I'm not going to study in JNLU. Then I asked Professor Rathore, I said, sir, can you admit her in your school? Right? So I think that time the admission was over, so they said, sorry, now it is not possible. So she did not get a seat even in your school. You are all very privileged. that you have got an admission in this school, right? Where my daughter could not get an admission, right? But I did not worry. I said, okay, leave it on her. And then she decided and she is now happy doing it. So what is important is you will have to try to be quite different. You will have to start focusing on your skills, right? And the law school definitely helps in acquiring those skills. Your teachers are the most important factors in your life to become a great lawyer. Michelangelo, you must have heard this name, Michelangelo, one of the greatest Italian sculptor the world can have. Michelangelo was asked that why is that all your sculptures are so beautiful, that how do you make it? Where do you get the stones from? He said, no, every stone has a sculpture in it. It is how you look at it. And then I see a sculpture in a particular stone, and then I just chisel those unwanted elements, then the remaining is a beautiful statue. So I don't carve a statue, I just remove those unwanted things. Which is what your teachers will be doing the next 5 years to all of you. Your teachers will be chiseling out all those unwanted qualities in you, which will not help in the legal profession, and then add those skill sets which are essential to become a great lawyer. Right? That is something very, very important. And this is a painful process. It's not going to be easy. 5 years is quite long time in one's life, isn't it? And how long you will permit teachers to chisel you? Right? Again, there is an anecdote used to explain that why you should bear the pain. This is a story which is told in my part of the country. I come from Tamil Nadu. Right? So every village has a beautiful temple, you know. All those statues are made out of granites, and then temple is full of statues. So the lesson that what we were told when we were young is, the story what they tell is like, so in a village they decided to construct a temple, and then they approached a sculptor to make a beautiful statue of Lord Ganesha. Right? So he went to pick the stone from which he can make the required size of Lord Ganesha. So he picked up a stone. When he picked up that stone and started carving, when he started chiseling, that stone cried. There are so many stones in this mountain, why me? Why are you troubling me with your chisel and hammer? Please allow me to be who I am. I don't need you to chisel. Right? So he was quite surprised when he heard the stone not willing to cooperate with him. He said, no point. So he left that stone next to the temple. And then he picked another stone. This time he asked the stone, I'm going to chisel you. Are you willing to bear the pain? That stone said, yes. What are you going to make me? He said, I am planning to make you Lord Ganesha. Please go ahead. Chisel me, all those unwanted things. So it cooperated with the sculptor, so that at the end it was a beautiful Ganesh statue. So he gave it to the villagers. They installed that statue inside the sanctum sanctorum. Right? And from that day, the statue, which was earlier a stone, is now become a god. See the transformation? From stone to statue to god. And everybody started bowing before that stone which is now a god. Everybody started worshipping it with lot of garlands, flowers, all those nice perfumes and everything, agarbattis and everything. And everybody started bowing before that stone which became a statue, which is now a god. Right? And the other one, when the villagers felt that, people are entering it, so they found that other stone lying there. So they brought it at the entrance of the stone and kept it at the entrance so that everybody will wipe their feet on that stone and enter the temple, which was not willing to cooperate, which was not willing to bear the pain. For those few days or few months, few years, to get transformed to a statue, beautiful statue, and then to a god. This is what exactly happens in a legal profession. You come as a stone, your teachers chisel you as a lawyer, and later when you go and adorn the dais as a judge, people call you my lord. Is it not? So this is the same transformation which happens in the legal profession. But only thing is that you need to be prepared to bear the pain. If you are willing to undergo this struggle for the next 5 years, don't think that this 5 years is going to be fun. Of course, fun is also an element, a part of this struggle. And if you take these struggles as fun, definitely you will become a great lawyer, successful lawyer. As I was mentioning, a lot of skills are required to succeed. It's not only knowledge of law. Knowledge of law, study says that 25% to be a successful lawyer in the legal profession, 25% is sufficient. That's what studies say. What is important is your other skills, your networking skills, your communication skills, your negotiation skills, counseling skills, listening skills. And there are studies, I just checked, like what are these skill sets and how many skills one person need to acquire to be a great lawyer. Right? There are documents. There is a scientific study done by Carnegie Mellon University in in USA. You can just Google for this, the skills, lawyering skills. They call it as the lawyering skills. Lawyering skills Carnegie Mellon. Right? So they have done a complete study of interacting with all the lawyers and getting their inputs, and then finally they have prepared essential list of skills. So those are those skills which you need to focus on, right? To become a great lawyer. The most important for a lawyer is communication skills. How do we talk? Right? So a guy went to the bank. So he withdrew some money. Now that cashier gave him a bundle of rupees. And he was counting it and he was not as proficient as the cashier, and then he was finding it difficult. So there was some problem. Again, he asked the cashier, can you recount it and give it to me? The cashier shouted at him. Do you think that I am jobless? I am having so much of work. So many people are waiting. I have already counted and give it to you. You go sit in a corner and count. Right? Was it a natural reaction? Right? It's a natural reaction because the ATM teller is so busy with so many people. She can't keep counting the notes which she had already counted. She gave it to him. But there was another guy who was standing next to him who also had the same problem. He was also finding it difficult to count, but again the way she reacted with him, he was afraid of even asking her. But then he had a presence of mind. Then he went to the cashier. She said, what? Madam, you gave me this bunch. Yeah, I have given you. What is the problem? I want you to count. Why? I think you have given me 2-3 more notes extra. She immediately seized the money from him and started counting it. And then she said, no, it's correct, now keep it. He was happy. So that presence of mind. Presence of mind is something very, very important for lawyer. And how do you use it? In Europe, the same story, they tell it in a different way. One fellow, who is an addict in smoking, he can't stay without smoking. So he went to a church and he had the urge to smoke. So he went to the priest and asked him, because when he said his desire to smoke, his friends, family said, no, you can't smoke in a church. Right? Then he went to the priest and said that, Father, is there any specific time for praying to God? Is there any time that I should not pray to God? He said, no, there is no such time. You can pray at any point of time. Are you sure, Father? He said, yes. Praying to God, you can do it at any point of time. Okay, thank you, Father. So you mean to say that it's absolutely normal to pray while smoking? The father got trapped. Now he can't say, now you can't pray while smoking. Right? So this is some anecdotes mentioned to, ensure presence of mind for all those lawyers. And then this is something very, very popular stories, nothing new in it. Right? So what is important for succeeding as a lawyer is the presence of mind, the critical thinking ability, right? Which is very, very important, the critical thinking abilities. And you must now realize, you must have seen, say for example, aircraft, such a huge equipment, it's a huge, have you seen the aircraft size, length, width and other thing, especially if you see multiple aisle aircrafts, long haul aeroplanes, it's so huge, double deckers and all those things have come. Such huge, gigantic flights. How does it fly? How does it go? Did anyone read a research on how the aircrafts are flying? Right? So I'm a regular flyer. I'll almost fly every alternative day. So I thought that it's a nice invention. So it's flying. And I'm not bothered about physics or anything about flying. Right? As a lawyer, I enjoy my flight. I never worried about what makes the instrument fly. With so many passengers, so much of cargo in it. So one day I got this question, sitting inside the airplane, waiting to go into the runway. I was just going, how does the aeroplane fly? I just Googled it. So the science was explained so simply, right? What they call it as the push, right? The push factor. Until then, I was never scared of flying. I was flying even an aircraft non-stop for 19 hours from Doha to Brazil, Rio. 19 hours long non-stop flight, no fear. When it was flying over the Pacific Ocean, especially the Bermuda Triangle, they said that there is a Bermuda Triangle. I was not afraid. But now, after reading this technology behind flying, I got scary. I did not want even to go to Delhi. I thought I will get down from this flight hereafter. I'll better take the train. Okay? Now, the point is, such major inventions, what we see today, was once upon a time, it was an idea in somebody's mind that we can make something like this which can fly. We can make a robot which can do this. We can do something that we can, like the way internet was invented, the way artificial intelligence is working for us. right? I think all of you must be using artificial intelligence in your day-to-day life, right? When you just chat with your friends on WhatsApp, you'll see the prompts coming. It will suggest what should be the next word that you should add to the previous line of words to make it a complete sentence. That is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is not something which is going to come in the future, which is there already in your hands, which you are currently using it. Right? And that is definitely going to do miracles in the legal profession. So you need to be very, very updated in technology to ensure that you have that. So what I wanted to say is the power of mind is very, very huge. What all major inventions that you see today, whether it may be the mic, the light, the ACs, whatever you see here today was once upon a time a simple idea in someone's mind. We don't know. That guy gave life to that idea. And today we are blessed with all these electronic gadgets, inventions, and all those things. So you believe in the power of your mind, and I'm sure that you will contribute significantly to the society to help humanity come out of all these sufferings. Believe me, friends, future is not what we plan for tomorrow. Future is not about planning today for what is going to do in the later point of life. Future is not planning for tomorrow. Future is the result of the actions what you do today. If you study well, if you are well disciplined, if you learn all the skills required, you don't need to worry about your future. It will be an automatic byproduct of today's work. That is something which you all need to understand. It's not only important that you improve your own skill sets, it's also important that you should cooperate with your teachers, respect them, be helpful to them, helpful to the institution, because it's the students who make the institutions great. Few teachers, 10, 15 teachers can't make the institution great, but 500 students at this law school can make this institution a great institution. Today, all great institutions, whether it may be Harvard or Oxford or NLS, Bangalore, it's all the students who have contributed to the greatness of an institution. When we were walking, from third floor to this floor, I was quite, we felt very bad that in an academic institution, I could see people spitting on the walls, and the walls are so dirty, in spite of there being a big signboard which says that this is your property, please take care. And if this happens in the law school, if you do not want to comply with the rules of this place, I do not know how are you going to safeguard the holy book that has been given to you today. This is the holy book of lawyers. Forget all about your religion. Once you become a lawyer, this is the holy book. You will have to live according to this holy book, and you will have to do everything to protect this holy book. So please cooperate with your institution. Ensure that you maintain not only good behavior inside the classroom, but also outside the classroom to ensure that this school of excellence becomes one of the top ranking schools of this country. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much for a great success in the legal profession. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for imparting the real essence and importance of this legal field to our future legal study aspirants. I'm sure they will engrave these golden words throughout the lifetime, that do not confine yourself with the stereotypes, but rather just deep dive, and the beautiful world is waiting for you with the amazing light. Now I would like to request Honorable Justice Shri Ravi R. Tripathi sir, former Judge, Gujarat High Court and former Chairperson, Gujarat State Human Rights Commission, to deliver his gracious words for this orientation program. Sir, please.
Let me admit, it was a treat to listen to Dr. Santakumar, Professor Santakumar, and I think you all must have enjoyed it. But I feel little drowsiness in the class. So in our NCC training, we are told to do some exercise before you start with the lecture, right? So I'll say Bharat Mata Ki. Oh no. I thought there are about 100 people here. Bharat Mata Ki. That's right. English में प्रॉब्लम છે સમજવામાં થોડી તકલીફ પડે ગુજરાતીમાં બોલીએ તો વધારે સારું ચાલે ચોખ્ખું કહો ને ભાઈ હા કહો એમાં શું વાંધો છે આપણી મધર ટંગ ઇંગ્લિશ નથી ને કે છે કોઈની ઇંગ્લિશ મધર ટંગ છે નહીં તો આપણે બંને કોમન વાત કરીએ કારણ જ્યારે મેં લો શરૂ કરેલું that was 1972 72 માં ગ્રેજ્યુએશન કર્યું અને પછી લો શરૂ કર્યું એટલે I went to Sir L.S. Law College and there we had a first lecture of Principal M.S. Pandit. So we all were like this orientation program ની તે વખતે terminology was not there, but then we had a first lecture of Principal M.S. Pandit. It was a huge hall આના કરતા મને લાગે છે 4 ગણું અને એની અંદર 350-400 સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ હશે એટલે પંડિત સાહેબે કીધું કે ભાઈ આપણે અહીંયા બાયલિંગ્વલ માં વાત કરીશું એટલે પહેલા તો એ જ ખબર ના પડે બાયલિંગ્વલ એટલે શું other than told કે Professor Rathod told us that you had some English learning classes also. That's very good, but we did not have that fortune. I was telling him the same that we did moot court અમારા વખતે પણ હતી પણ તો દરેક સ્ટુડન્ટને પાર્ટિસિપેટ કરવાનું નહોતું મળતું and we never had such a beautifully arranged and designed moot courts at that time. Therefore, we did not have this fortune. You have this fortune. And repeatedly, as told by Professor Rathod, this too you are getting in a very reasonable fees. So that's great. And that is why, first of all, I congratulate all of you for getting this opportunity to make your future. પ્રોફેસર શાંતાકુમારની વાતો કર્યા સાંભળ્યા પછી હવે મને નથી લાગતું કે મારે કંઈક એડ કરવું જોઈએ કાંઈ એટલું બધું સરસ એમને કીધું છે કે એની ઉપર બીજી કંઈ ટીકા ટિપ્પણી કરવાની હોય નહીં આ તો કેવું છે સચિન તેંડુલકર રમે અને પછી કોઈક પાછળના જે પેલા બોલર્સ હોય બિચારા આવે બેટિંગ કરવા માટે એના જેવું લાગે કદાચ રાઈટ અરે ભાઈ હસો તો ખરા હા તો પછી એટલે જાણીજો નહીં હસવાનું હો પાછું હા એ તો પછી પેલા ગુજરાતી સિરિયલ જેવું લાગે એટલે એવું નહીં કરવાનું But I want to tell you few things જે મને એમ લાગે છે કે મારે તમારી જોડે શેર કરવી જોઈએ ખાસ કરીને આ બાજુ જે બધા બેઠા છે ને સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ એમના મોઢા ઉપર એટલું બધું ટેન્શન છે I don't know ઘરેથી કંઈ કામ કરીને નથી આવ્યા એટલે પાછું ઘરે જઈને કરવાનું છે something like that or some other problem પણ they are very serious અને એક એક વાત આમ જેમ યાદ રાખવા માટે કહેવામાં આવતી હોય એ રીતે પ્રયત્ન કરી રહ્યા છે But anyway, first of all રાઠોડ સાહેબે એવું કીધું કે હું સ્ટુડન્ટ એલ્યુમનાઈ છું સ્કૂલ ઓફ લોનો તો અમારી વખતે આઈ રિમેમ્બર ડિસ્ટિંક્ટલી અમે 4 જણા પાસ થયા હતા ફર્સ્ટ બેચ 1978 સબ્જેક્ટ ટુ કરેક્શન ફ્રોમ રેકોર્ડ બટ દેન વી વેર 4 સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ હુ પાસ્ડ આઉટ ધી ફર્સ્ટ બેચ એમાંથી એક જે સ્ટુડન્ટ હતા he became the judge of the Supreme Court of India. Another student retired as a Chief Justice of High Court of Bombay. And third, I am before you. The fourth one was somebody from Maninagar who was not in our contact. Therefore, I don't know much about it. But then we were the 4 students who passed out the first batch of University School of Law. શાંતાકુમાર સાહેબે કીધું ને એના કરતા મને લાગે છે વધારે કશું સારી રીતે ન કહી શકાય. You have to prove your originality. સમથિંગ ઓરિજિનલ મસ્ટ કમ ફ્રોમ યુ. અને એના માટે બીજું કંઈ ના કરવું પડે. તમારે કંઈ બુદ્ધ ભગવાનની જેમ અહીંયા ક્યાંક કેમ્પસમાં પીપળનું ઝાડ હોય એની નીચે જઈને બેસી જવાનું અને શોધ્યા કરવાનું એવું કશું કરવાની જરૂર નથી. યુ હેવ ટુ વર્ક હાર્ડ. અને એના માટે there is no second option કે ઓલ્ટરનેટિવ કશું જ નથી એક્સેપ્ટ વર્કિંગ હાર્ડ. એટલે તમે કહેશો સાહેબ વર્કિંગ હાર્ડ એટલે 3 વખત દાદરા ચડવું તો વધારે વર્કિંગ હાર્ડ કહેવાય? કદાચ હા. જો લાઇબ્રેરી તમારી ઉપર હોય તો તમારે 3 વખત દાદરા ચડવા પડે. જો ક્લાસરૂમ્સ તમારા ઉપર હોય તો બી કદાચ દાદરા વધારે વખત ચડવા પડે. બટ ધેન વર્કિંગ હાર્ડ ઇઝ ધ ઓનલી સોલ્યુશન વિથ યુ ફોર યોર ફ્યુચર ડ્રીમ્સ. અને મને આ વાત બહુ ગમી કે વોટ ઇઝ ફ્યુચર? ફ્યુચર ઇઝ ધી પેમેન્ટ ઓફ ધી એક્શન્સ વિચ યુ હેવ ડન ઓર હાર્ડવર્ક યુ હેવ ડન ટુડે. એનું તમને જે રિટર્ન મળે, બેંકમાં પૈસા જમા કરાવે પછી ફિક્સ ડિપોઝિટમાં મૂક્યા હોય તો પછી અમુક પૈસા વધારે તમને મળે. દેટ ઇઝ ઓલ વોટ યુ આર ડુઈંગ. આજની તારીખે તમારે એ બધી ફિક્સ ડિપોઝિટ કરવાની છે. એક તો સૌથી પહેલા તમારું ઇન્ફિનિટી કોમ્પ્લેક્સ કોઈ હોય તો, આઈ એમ નોટ સેઇંગ કે બધાને હશે જ, પણ નોર્મલી હોય છે. અને સ્પેશિયલી જ્યારે તમે રૂરલ બેકગ્રાઉન્ડમાંથી અથવા તો ટાઉન બેકગ્રાઉન્ડમાંથી આવતા હો, અમદાવાદ સિટી ના હો પ્રોપર, તો યુ મે હેવ સમ સોર્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ફિનિટી કોમ્પ્લેક્સ. એના માટે એક બહુ સરસ રસ્તો છે. હમણાં જે બીજા ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યુશનમાં હું ગયો હતો ત્યાં આગળ એ લોકો એક નવી સરસ સિસ્ટમ ડેવલપ કરી છે અથવા તો પ્રેક્ટિસમાં મૂકી છે. એન્ડ દેટ ઇઝ એવરી ફેકલ્ટી ઇઝ ગિવન એ રિસ્પોન્સિબિલિટી ઓફ લિમિટેડ નંબર ઓફ સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ. એમને એ પર્ટિક્યુલર ફેકલ્ટીને એના મેન્ટર કહેવાય. એટલે કોઈ પણ જાતનો તમને પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય તે તમારે ફેકલ્ટીને કહેવાનું. રાઠોડ સર કેન ડુ દેટ. દરેક સ્ટુડન્ટ્સમાં ગ્રુપ પાડે 15 જણા કે 20 જણા જે પ્રમાણે નંબર ઓફ ફેકલ્ટી હોય એ પ્રમાણે અને નંબર ઓફ સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ હોય એ પ્રમાણે એ 10 જણા કે 15 જણા સ્ટુડન્ટના એ પર્ટિક્યુલર ફેકલ્ટી વિલ બી ધ મેન્ટર. તમારે કોઈ પણ મુશ્કેલી હોય તો જઈને એ ફેકલ્ટીને તમારે કહેવાની. ઇવન ઘરનો પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય તો પણ કહેવાનું. બીકોઝ દે વિલ બી ધ રિયલ ગાઈડ ટુ યુ. બીજા કોઈને પાસે કદાચ કોઈ કારણ હોઈ શકે તમને ખોટી સલાહ આપવા માટેનું. અને એડવોકેટ્સનું તો તમને ખબર છે ને, તમે કદાચ દેટ એનેક્ડોટ યુ મસ્ટ હેવ હર્ડ. એક પાર્ટીની અંદર ભેગા થઈ ગયા એક ડોક્ટર સાહેબ અને એડવોકેટ સાહેબ. એટલે ડોક્ટર સાહેબ પૂછ્યું, સાહેબ તમને શું લાગે છે આ બરાબર છે? એટલે મેં કીધું હા બરાબર છે. એન્ડ ધેન હી વેન્ટ હોમ એન્ડ સેન્ડ હિમ અ બિલ ફોર કન્સલ્ટેશન ચાર્જીસ ઓફ ₹so. એટલે એવું એડવોકેટની અંદર એનેક્ડોટ એવું ખરું, એવું લાઇટર પાર્ટમાં કહેવાય. પણ ફેકલ્ટી વિલ નોટ ડુ દેટ. એ એશ્યોરન્સ હું તમને આપું છું. ફેકલ્ટી વિલ સોલ્વ ઓલ યોર પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ, will guide you to do something which is most appropriate for your development. એક તમને હું ખાતરી આપું છું. Because I know my teachers. અને આજની તારીખે બી અમે એ ટીચર્સને યાદ કરીએ છીએ. Because at that particular time, આજની તારીખે Justice Tripathi could be Justice Tripathi, but at that time he was not Justice Tripathi. At that time he was also having તમારા જેવા ઘણા બધા પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ એમના મનમાં હોય, ઘણા બધા ક્વેશ્ચન્સ એમના મનમાં હોય, ઘણા બધા ડાઉટ્સ એમના મનમાં હોય. તો જેને તમે ટીચરને મળો અને વાત કરો એટલે પછી ટીચર તમને એ બધામાંથી રસ્તો કાઢી આપે. એટલે પહેલી વસ્તુ, નો ઇન્ફિનિટી કોમ્પ્લેક્સ. સેકન્ડ થિંગ, યુ આર ગોઈંગ ટુ વર્ક હાર્ડ એન્ડ યુ આર ગોઈંગ ટુ પ્રૂવ યોર ઓરિજિનાલિટી. દેટ ઇઝ વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ. અને એટલા માટે અંગ્રેજીમાં એમ કહે છે કે સક્સેસફુલ પીપલ ડુ નોટ ડુ ડિફરન્ટ થિંગ્સ બટ દે ડુ ધ સેમ થિંગ ડિફરન્ટલી. એની અંદર ખબર પડે. શાંતાકુમારની ડોટરે કેવો સરસ લેટર લખ્યો ને કેવી સરસ એને ઇન્ટર્નશીપ મળી ગઈ. એવું કંઈક તમે પણ વિચારી શકો. ડોન્ટ વરી, તમારા કાગળ ઉપર કદાચ તમને ઇન્ટર્નશીપ ન મળે તો બહુ નાસીપાસ થવાની જરૂર નથી. યુ નીડ નોટ બી ડિસઅપોઇન્ટેડ. યુ નોટ બી મને ડિપ્રેશન આવી ગયું એવું ડિપ્રેશન બધું છે ને ક્લાસની બહાર, આપણા રૂમની બહાર રાખવાનું. ડોન્ટ બી ડિપ્રેસ્ડ એટ ઓલ. રાઈટ? I tell you, everybody's destiny is fixed. બધાનું ડેસ્ટિની ફિક્સ છે. તમારું બી ડેસ્ટિની ભગવાને ક્યાંક તો લખીને રાખી જશે. and that is going to be your destiny. But that does not mean કે તમે હાથ બંધ કરીને બેસી જાઓ અને પછી કહો કે તો સાહેબ ડેસ્ટિનીમાં જે થવાનું છે થશે. નો. તમારું જે ડેસ્ટિની હશે એ પ્રમાણે તમને આજે વિચારો આવશે ને એ પ્રમાણે તમે કામ કરશો. that is how you are going to build up your destiny. If you start working hard today, there is nothing which can stop you from being a good lawyer. અને હવે તો સાહેબ બહુ સાચું કહું, lawyer is not the only vocation for you. Judiciary is equally important and attractive અને તમે કહેશો કે સાહેબ તમે જજ છો એટલે તમે જજની એના વખાણ કરવાનું ચાલુ કર્યા. નો, નોટ ધેટ. હવે તો તમારી પાસે બધાની પાસે નેટ છે, ગૂગલ છે, બધું જ છે. સર્ચ આઉટ. એન્ડ ટુડે જ્યુડિશરી ઇઝ વન ફર્સ્ટ ઓપ્શન ફોર એ ગુડ કેરિયર. પણ એની સાથે સાથે મને જે એક અગત્યની વાત તમને કેવી છે તે છે, being in judiciary, you will be able to serve the last man in queue in the society. I remember અમારામાંથી જ્યારે હું 12માં હતો પ્રેક્ટિસમાં તે વખતે અમુક જણાને નોમિનેટ કરવામાં આવ્યા, એ લોકો જજ થયા. એ લોકો જજીસમાં પછી જે પેલું અમે વિદાય સમારંભ કરીએ એમાં ભાષણ આપ્યું. એટલે થોડુંક લાઇટર પાર્ટ ઓફ ઇટ. કોઈ પૂછ્યું એમને કે સાહેબ તમે જજ બનવાનું કેમ નક્કી કર્યું? કે સાહેબ 12માં રહીને અને મૂર્ખ લોકોને માયલોર્ડ કહેવા એના કરતા પોતે લોર્ડશિપ થઈ જાય પછી ભલે મૂર્ખ લોકો મને માયલોર્ડ કહેતા હોય. થોડુંક પેલું લાગે પણ વાત સાચી છે. You can't complain about the lower standards of judiciary until you yourself opt for that particular career. So, when an opportunity comes, you must accept that opportunity and you must see that you discharge, you repay the debts of the society by serving the society. બોમ્બે હાઈકોર્ટ ની વાત છે. મને પર્સનલી ખબર નથી કે હું બોમ્બે હાઈકોર્ટમાં કોઈ દિવસ ગયો નથી, પણ મારા જે સિનિયર હતા જેમની જોડે મેં પ્રેક્ટિસ શરૂ કરી હતી એ એવું કહેતા હતા કે બોમ્બે હાઈકોર્ટ had a tradition that when an advocate is invited by the Chief Justice for accepting the elevation, he had no other choice than saying yes. તમારે એમાં ના પાડવાનો કોઈ સવાલ જ નથી, because that is a call of duty, that is a call of society's debt to be repaid, so you have no choice of saying no. આજની તારીખે એ પરિસ્થિતિ છે કે સારા એડવોકેટ્સને તમે ઓફર કરો તો they'll say, sir, I'm sorry, I will not be able to accept this. બોમ્બે હાઈકોર્ટમાં there was only one chance that once you are invited to the bench, you have to say yes. એક વખત કદાચ તમને એમ થાય કે ભાઈ ના મારા કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર સોશિયલ સર્કમસ્ટન્સીસ એવા છે કે જે એકાદ વર્ષમાં પૂરા થઈ જશે, તો you can say કે sir, if you can defer it for a year or two, then I'll be joining the profession, I mean the judiciary. That was the tradition of that particular time. આજની તારીખે તકલીફ ખબર છે? દિલ્હી જ્યુડિશરીનો એક્ઝામ્પલ છે કે એ લોકો એક્ઝામ લીધી અને 45 હાઇપોથેટિકલી, આઈ ડોન્ટ રિમેમ્બર ધ એક્ઝેક્ટ ફિગર, 45 પોસ્ટ માટેની વેકેન્સીઝ હતી and they could recruit only 19 candidates because there was no good stuff available for that. જે લોકો સારા હતા એમને આવું નહોતું, જેમની પાસે કંઈ કામ નહોતું, કંઈ આવડતું નહોતું, એ લોકોને આવું હતું. એટલે they had no other choice than only to select 19 candidates for that particular service. આજે આપણે હંમેશા એવી કમ્પ્લેન કરીએ છીએ કે સાહેબ કામ નથી મળતું, પણ નહેરુજીએ જ્યારે આપણે આઝાદ થાય ને તે વખતે કીધું હતું કે જેવું કામ છે એવા માણસો નથી અને જેવા માણસો છે એવું કામ નથી આપણી પાસે. This should not happen so far as judiciary is concerned, and you all must take a vow કે અમે જ્યારે આવી કોઈ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી આવશે ત્યારે we'll accept it and we will serve the society. આ એક જ પોસ્ટ એવી છે કે જેની અંદર તમે તમારા જજમેન્ટ કે ઓર્ડરની અસર સામેની પાર્ટીના મોઢા ઉપર જોઈ શકો, વાંચી શકો. You can take care of so many things. અને એટલા માટે સ્પેશિયલી હું દીકરીઓને બહેનોને તો એમ કહું છું કે તમારે તો જ્યુડિશરીમાં આવવું જ જોઈએ. નોટ ધેટ કે ફેકલ્ટીમાં આવે છે તો ખોટું છે, બટ I tell you the reason for that. It is a proven fact by science that they are more sentimental, they are more emotionally charged, they can understand the things better. If it is a domestic violence, then also. If it is a motor accident claim case, then also. Or in any type of cases where the human values are involved, they are always the best judges, or better judges at least I can say. Eva circumstances, it is the responsibility on the part of the daughter especially to join judiciary when an opportunity arises. I tell you, દરેક વખતે એવું નથી થતું કે આપણે જે ધારીએ જ થાય, નથી થતું. અને એટલા માટે મોરારી બાપુનું એક પેલું સેન્ટેન્સ મને ખૂબ ગમે છે, આપણે ધાર્યું હોય અને થાય એ ભગવત કૃપા. આપણે ધાર્યું અને થયું, સો ઓકે, ધેટ્સ ગ્રેસ ઓફ ગોડ, ધેટ થિંગ હેઝ કમ ટ્રુ. પણ આપણે ધાર્યું હોય અને ન થાય તો અમેરિકાની જેમ સુસાઇડ નહીં કરવાનું, because then we have to say it is હરી ઈચ્છા, it is હરી ઈચ્છા. આપણે ધાર્યું, આપણે મહેનત કરી, પૂરેપૂરું તન તોડ મહેનત કરી, પૂરેપૂરી મહેનત કરી, બધું જ કર્યું, પણ ન થયું, કઈ વાંધો નહીં, then it is હરી ઈચ્છા. I think there can be no other illustration or better illustration than my own career. I did my BCom in 1972, right? પેલું એનસીસી કરેલું એટલે મને I had a very strong fascination for uniform services. એટલે I applied for services selection board. 3 વખત આપી, 3 વખત મને એમ કહેવામાં આવે કે you are younger, there are older people than you, let them have a chance first, you will get next chance. I said okay, no problem. I did not get selected. પછી એમ થયું કે LL.B કેમ કર્યું? LL.B એટલા માટે કરેલું કે I wanted to appear in UPSC examination. હવે UPSC examination માં I did not have that capacity, or my family did not have that capacity કે મને દિલ્હી મોકલી આપે અને ત્યાં આગળ પેલા IAS ના કોચિંગ વાળા જે સેન્ટર હોય એની અંદર આપણે કોચિંગ કરીએ અને પછી then get selected અને બીજા દિવસે છાપામાં ફોટો આવે, he gets enter into first trial. એવું બધું હતું નહીં. એટલે આપણને 2 લોના પેપર્સ મળે યુપીએસસી એક્ઝામમાં. એટલે એની તૈયારી કોણ કરાવે? તો કે લો ફેકલ્ટી કરાવશે ને, એટલે then I joined law. This is what destiny is. Here comes the destiny. I joined with a very bona fide belief કે ચાલો આપણને 2 સબ્જેક્ટ મળશે, યુપીએસસી ના 2 સબ્જેક્ટ તો તૈયાર થઈ જશે લો કરીશું એટલે, અને then I'll apply for UPSC examination and I'll do something. But then it did not get through there also, and ultimately I am today what I am. એટલે મારા કરતા કદાચ બીજો કોઈ સરસ ઇલિસ્ટ્રેશન હું તમને ના આપી શકું. ઓનલી થિંગ યુ હેવ ટુ કીપ યોર બોનાફાઇડ્સ ક્લિયર. અને સાહેબ એટલા માટે બહુ સરસ એક વસ્તુ છે, તમે આખી દુનિયાને સામે જુઠ્ઠું બોલી શકો, ફક્ત એક વ્યક્તિની સામે જુઠ્ઠું ના બોલી શકો. કોણ? બોલો બોલો. પોતાનાથી. વેરી ગુડ. હુ આન્સર ધીસ? વેરી ગુડ. તમે પોતાનાથી કોઈ દિવસ જુઠ્ઠું બોલી શકશો નહીં. અને બોલશો તમને ખબર છે કે હું જુઠ્ઠું બોલું છું, બીજાને કદાચ ખબર ન પડે. ઇટ ઓલ ડિપેન્ડ્સ અપોન યોર એક્સિલન્સ. એમાં કેટલી એક્સિલન્સ છે. સિફતથી ખોટું બોલવાનું, ફેસ ઉપર જરા એક્સપ્રેશન ના બદલાઈને ખોટું બોલવાનું. જો કે લોયર્સનું એ કામ નથી. લોકો ઘણી વખત એવું પૂછે છે કે સાહેબ લોયર બની એટલે ખોટું બોલવું જ પડે? મેં કીધું ના, નોટ નેસેસરી એટ ઓલ, નોટ નેસેસરી એટ ઓલ. અને એના માટે તમારે વાંચ્યું હોય તો ગાંધીજીની બાયોગ્રાફી વાંચો. અને એમને કીધું કે જ્યારથી મેં મીડિયેશનનું લક્ષ્ય રાખ્યું ત્યારથી મને કોઈ દિવસ પસ્તાવો નથી થયો એના માટે. અને દરેક પ્રોબ્લેમ સોલ્વ કરીને નોટ ઓનલી આઈ વિન ધી કેસ બટ આઈ વિન ધી હાર્ટ્સ ઓફ ધી પીપલ ઓફ બોથ ધ સાઇડ્સ. નોર્મલી તમે તમારા ક્લાયન્ટને કદાચ જીતાવો કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર કેસમાં તો યુ વિલ બી પોપ્યુલર ટુ હિમ એન્ડ યુ વિલ બી ફેવરિટ ટુ હિમ. બટ દેન હી સેડ દેટ વિથ મીડિયેશન આઈ વોઝ એબલ ટુ conquer the hearts of both the sides. That's very important. એટલે સાહેબ ખોટું બોલવું જ પડે એવું બિલકુલ નથી. એટલે ચિંતા છોડી દેજો. એવો પણ દાખલો છે, એક હાઈકોર્ટ જજ સાહેબ થયા અહીંયા ગુજરાત હાઈકોર્ટમાં, then he went to the Supreme Court. He was a roaring practice of criminal side in the court below. અને એક દિવસ એમના મધર ના પાડી કે ભાઈ તારા પૈસાની રોટલી હું નહીં ખાઉં, because you are ultimately doing criminal practice and I don't want to be with. એ ગ્રાઉન્ડ ઉપર એમને પ્રેક્ટિસ છોડી દીધી and then he got into judiciary and he rose right up to the Supreme Court. દરેકની સાથે એવું બને એવું માનવાનું કોઈ કારણ નથી. દરેક જણે એ જજ સાહેબ બની શકે એવું પણ નથી. આપણામાંથી દરેક સુપ્રીમ કોર્ટ જજ થાય તો બને જ નહીં. કાંઈ મારા જે મેન્ટર કહી શકાય હાઈકોર્ટમાં, જ્યારે હું ફર્સ્ટ એલિવેશન થયું મારું અને હું જેમની સાથે બેઠો એ કહેતા હતા કે બ્રધર ડોન્ટ એસ્પાયર ટુ હાઈ. ડોન્ટ એસ્પાયર ના કીધું એમણે, બટ ડોન્ટ એસ્પાયર ટુ હાઈ, વિચ મીન્સ કે અનરીઝનેબલ એસ્પિરેશન્સ ન હોવા જોઈએ. અને એનું કારણ એમણે કીધું કે જેટલા હાઈકોર્ટ જજીસ છે they are not going to be the chief justice of high courts. Naturally, all chief justices of the high court are not going to go to Supreme Court. Naturally, and all Supreme Court judges are not going to be the chief justice of India. It's so simple. હું તમને એમ નથી કહેતો કે તમારી પાસે જે છે એટલામાં સંતોષ માનીને બેસી રહો. નો, એમ તો અમુક જગ્યાએ તમને લખેલું મળશે કે સંતોષ સે બડા કોઈ ધન નહીં હૈ. But that does not mean that you should stop working સંતોષ રાખો, પણ સંતોષ કામ કરવાની ઉપર નહીં. હા, પછી કામ કરવાનું બસ આટલું કામ કરી લીધું બહુ સંતોષ થઈ ગયો એવું નહીં. કામ તો કરવું જ પડે તમારે. એન્ડ ઇફ યુ કન્ટિન્યુ ટુ વર્ક હાર્ડ, આઈ એમ શ્યોર આ પેલું ધર્મમાં આવે છે ને એને જોયું છે, ઇફ યુ ડુ ચેન્જ સર્ટેન નંબર ઓફ મંત્રાસ, ગોડ હેઝ ટુ ગીવ યુ. એમાં એમની પાસે ચોઇસ નથી હોતી. નહીં તો અસુરોને કોઈ વરદાન મળતા જ નહીં ને. અસુરોને પણ વરદાન કેમ મળ્યા? કે એનું પર્ટિક્યુલર સાયન્સ છે, એનું પર્ટિક્યુલર લોજિક છે, દેટ આટલું તમે કરો એટલે આટલું તો ભગવાનને આપવું જ પડે તમને. ધ સેમ પ્રિન્સિપલ એપ્લાઇઝ હિયર. અને મહેરબાની કરીને બે વસ્તુ કરજો. આઈ એમ કન્ક્લુડિંગ ઇટ. ગૂગલ ભૈયાને અને વોટ્સઅપને બને એટલા દૂર રાખજો. બને એટલા દૂર રાખજો. કારણ ટીવી તો અહીંયા કદાચ તમને એટલું બધું જોવા નહીં મળે, પણ હવે તો ટીવીની કોઈ જરૂર જ નથી. આ રમકડું હાથમાં એવું આવી ગયું છે ને લોકોને, માય ગોડ. જે અંગ્રેજો 100 વર્ષમાં ના કરી શક્યા એ ટીવીએ કરી બતાવ્યું, અને જે ટીવીને બાકી રહી ગયું હતું એ રમકડાએ કરી આપ્યું છે. એટલે મહેરબાની કરીને આની અંદર એટલા બધા સ્લીપરી ગ્રાઉન્ડ અને મટીરિયલ છે આ રમકડામાં કે જો તમે એક વખત સ્લીપ થયા ને then there is no end to it. એટલે મહેરબાની કરીને પહેલી પ્રતિજ્ઞા કોઈ કરવી હોય તે કરજો કે હું ગૂગલ બબ્બાને કે ગૂગલ દાદાને કે વોટ્સઅપ યુનિવર્સિટીને બહાર રાખીશ. હા, જરૂર પડતું જોવાનું, નેટ ઉપર ચોક્કસ જોવાનું. શાંતાકુમાર સાહેબે પણ કીધું ને કે અમુક અમુક વસ્તુ તમને નેટ ઉપર ફટાફટ મળી જાય. આજે લોયરિંગ સ્કિલ્સની વાત કરી, ખૂબ સરસ છે, અને ચોક્કસ એ તમે વાંચી લો અને મેક આઉટ અ લિસ્ટ ઓફ ઇટ and put it on your study table that these are the learning skills which I should gradually go on developing. મારા સિનિયર એવું કીધું હતું કે કોર્ટની અંદર તમે જાઓ ત્યારે એક વસ્તુ ધ્યાન રાખવાની, પહેલા પોતાના જજને ઓળખો. What does he like and how it is conveyed that he likes. એ બહુ અગત્યનું છે. If you say, sir, you don't understand, I am telling you this thing repeatedly. No, I am sorry, sir, I am not able to make myself clear to your lordship. એવું કહો તો સાહેબને ગમે પાછું, અને પછી એની એ જ વાત કરવાની ફરી, અને ફરી બી ના સમજે તો કે સર આઈ એમ સોરી, હજી મારા પ્રયત્નમાં થોડીક કચાશ રહી ગઈ લાગે છે, આઈ ટ્રાય ટુ એક્સપ્લેન ટુ યોર લોર્ડશિપ અગેન. એમ સાહેબ જરા એ થાય. અમેરિકામાં તો ધીસ ઇઝ પરમિટેડ. એવરી જજની જે છે ને ફિલોસોફી કહો કે સાયકોલોજી કહો, ઇટ ઇઝ અવેલેબલ ઓન ધ નેટ ઓલ્સો, કે આ સાહેબનું બેકગ્રાઉન્ડ શું છે. એટલે આવો જો કેસ આમની પાસે આવે તો કેવું ડિસિઝન થાય, that is available on net in America, but in India that is not allowed officially. એમને સ્ટડી કરો તમે જૈન કોર્ટમાં તો થઈ શકે. એક એડવોકેટ મારી પાસે આવ્યા હતા હાઈકોર્ટની અંદર, મને કહે સાહેબ મારે કોઈની સિનિયરની જોડે મૂકી આપો ને. મેં કીધું નો, આઈ ડોન્ટ ડુ દેટ. પછી મેં એક્સપ્લેન કર્યું, મેં કીધું હું એટલા માટે નથી કરતો કે હું જો પર્ટિક્યુલર તારું નામ કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર સાહેબને આપીશ અથવા જે બી એડવોકેટ સાહેબ હશે એમને, તો એમના એક્સપેક્ટેશન્સ મારી ઇમ્પ્રેશન ઉપર થશે કે સાહેબે કીધું છે ને એટલે આ પ્રમાણેના એક્સપેક્ટેશન્સ, આ પ્રમાણેની ક્વોલિટીઝ આ છોકરામાં કે સ્ટુડન્ટમાં હશે. ઇન્સ્ટેડ ઓફ દેટ યુ ડુ વન થિંગ, you start attending the court, you watch the performance of the different advocates and then select કે ભઈ મારે આ એડવોકેટ સાહેબની સાથે જવું છે, and then you approach directly to him saying that sir I want to work with you. શાંતાકુમાર સાહેબની ડોટરે કાગળ લખીને કર્યું. we can do it in practical session like this also. અને અહીંયા જો ટાઈમ પરમિટ કરે તો મેક્સિમમ ટાઈમ તમે કોર્ટની અંદર એટેન્ડ કરવામાં સ્પેન્ડ કરજો. દેટ ઇઝ માય એડવાઇસ ટુ યુ. યુ વિલ બી નોટ totally new to that particular atmosphere when you reach there after graduation, પણ પહેલેથી તમને એટમોસ્ફિયર થોડું કન્વીનિયન્ટ અને કમ્ફર્ટેબલ લાગશે. that is one of the reasons that you should try to do that. અને once again I congratulate each one of you that you have got an opportunity to study in a 5-year law course, and that too in a premier institution like this. Faculty તો devoted હોય છે જ, but it is now for you to be devoted to them and try to see that maximum તમે એમની પાસેથી પોતાના કામની વસ્તુ મેળવી શકો. Right? Okay. Thank you very much. All good wishes to all of you, and looking forward to seeing you someday coming and adorning this particular chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for this magnificent word. જીવનના ઉત્કૃષ્ટ મૂલ્યોને ખૂબ સરળ ભાષામાં વિદ્યાર્થીઓ સુધી પહોંચાડી અને એમને એક સુવર્ણ સૂત્ર આપવા બદલ કે વિદ્યાર્થી જીવનની ઉન્નતિ એ એની લંબાઈ કરતા નૈતિક મૂલ્યોથી ભરેલી ઊંડાઈ પર વધારે આધાર રાખે છે. Thank you once again. Now moving towards the end of this inauguration session, I would like to request Dr. Bhavesh Barar, Co-Coordinator, Center of Excellence, Head of Department of Human Rights and Duties, to offer a vote of thanks for this inauguration session.
Thank you, Arvind. Good morning to all. Good morning to all. I feel honored and privileged to have been allotted to extend my vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion and this event. I want to extend my hearty thanks and gratitude to today's our both chief guest, Honorable Justice Rohit Tripathi sir and Vice Chancellor GNLU, Professor Dr. Sanda Kumar sir, for sparing a valuable time, much time with us and enlighten us with very much examples and instance on the occasion of the first day of this orientation batch. Last but not least, I want to thanks to my organizing team, on all the faculties of this organizing team, admin staff, or peons, all, and respected teachers to making this event happen beautifully. I also cannot overlook the efforts of our volunteers, students, those who studying in all semesters, who gave their time and worked dedicatedly for this orientation program. In big gratitude to all. Thank you all for joining with us. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Before ending this session, I would like to request everyone to rise up on your places for our national anthem. अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंग, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंग, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की
जय.